What's up, cousin? Yes, sir. All praise Yahuwah, baby. My Lord and Savior, Yeshua HaMashiach. You already know what time it is. It's Hallowed be thy name. It's time to react. Get this game. Hey, man, I found this video that said this is the untold truth about African Americans, that we are not from Africa, nor are we African. We gotta see what this one's about. Let's get right into it.
Hallowed be thy name, hallowed be thy name, hallowed be thy name, hallowed be thy name, react and get game, hallowed be thy name, hallowed be thy name, hallowed be thy name.
While speaking at a formal gathering somewhere off the grid at a discreet location, just after his return from crossing the waters, Malcolm X revealed some very vital, unconventional details on what Negroes, or rather African Americans, were truly considered to be as a nationality of race prior to being called or labeled a Negro.
Aborigine, which means what? Black folks. You never find a white aborigine. Aborigines are called natives, or they're always dark-skinned people. You and I are aborigines, but you don't like to be called an aborigine.
Malcolm X stated that the rock landed on us after he returned across the waters because he learned new things. He learned that the rock had truly landed on us and that we were from these lands. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. also stated in his I Have a Dream speech that we are held in exile in our own homeland.
The Negro is still languished in the corners of American society and finds himself in exile in his own land.
Now we have a lot of scholars out there, and individuals are missing the point. How can you be held in exile in your own homeland without it being your own homeland? The tens of millions of Black Americans, or rather Indians, who disappeared in 1492 did not all die in the Holocaust inflicted within America. Hundreds of thousands were shipped to Europe and Africa as Indian slaves. The whole slave trade story was given to all of us in reverse. A mass colony of Africans were not shipped from Africa to America. The truth is that Black Indians were shipped from America to Europe. They were then shipped from Spain to Africa as commodity for African resources. These Black Indians, now mistaken as African Americans, were shipped back to America and classified as African slaves. This part of our history is what the school systems fail to mention in history programs. The American Society was an organization formed in 1816 with the purpose of transporting free African Americans, or rather Indian slaves, classified as Negroes back then, from the United States to settle on the west coast of Africa. During the decades, the society operated and transported more than 12,000 people to Africa, and the African nation of Liberia was founded. The term African American to refer to all Black people was endorsed only since 1988, but was against the desires of the majority of Black people. In fact, the term was endorsed by only 5 people, including Reverend Jesse Jackson and Ramona Etlin, leading the charge as a result of a gathering called the African American Summit, without the input of the majority of Black people. Author Avis J. Smith went to the district court in Washington, D.C. to stand against this term, as well as against the notion that a small group of powerful individuals should be able to compel the masses into adopting it. The systematic destruction of the Native Americans, or rather Native Indigenous Aborigine people, and their way of life was not only one of recorded history's greatest tragedies, but as with the slave trade, deeply spiritually wounding to all involved. The utter decimation of their culture is one of the most shameful aspects of history, the extent of the damage still being downplayed and denied entry into textbooks and history lessons to this day.
Hey, that's crazy. So I never knew Martin Luther King said that we were in exile in our own land. Now, I always heard we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. That's an iconic line from Malcolm X. Now, I always heard that. I never really understood what it meant, but now I'm kind of getting the gist. Man, would it be crazy if they told us the story in reverse? Because people in the comments, they tend to, have their feelings tied up in these different words, native, indigenous. So I'm going to say the Aboriginal people of America. Could they have been taken captive and sent on ships to Africa and the Bahamas and then brought back this way? Have we been told the story in reverse? Hey man, I think it's worth a deep dive. I think it's worth having a conversation. So drop your comments below. Let me know what you think.
One day I had a conversation with one of my African partners, right? And he told me, you know why African people look down on black people? I said, why? He said, because y'all are ignorant. Y'all don't know who y'all really are. Y'all go by false labels. Y'all think y'all are African, but y'all don't know what Africa looks like. You letting them compare you to us when we're not the same. We're from two different areas. So that made me think we're from two different areas. Then I did my research. 94 to 96% of all slaves from Africa were sent to South America or the Caribbean. So you telling me all these black folks is African in the States? When only around 4 to 8% actually came here from Africa? I'm gonna end it there.
Need I say more? Hey man, I don't think we know as much as we think we know. I think it's worth doing a little bit more digging and soul searching about what's really going on. Come on, man. All I'm gonna say is this, man. Don't go off of what you're told. Go off of what you know and what you've proven to yourself. You know what I mean? But this one right here is crazy. Go ahead. Let me know what y'all think about this one, man. Drop it down below. I need to see these comments, man. Run it up.
Religion is the fictitious excuse of origins of non-black people. Religion is not real. So when we take religion off the table and we take the evolution theory off the table, no non-black person has factually ever been able to explain where they come from.
So history and script, we throwing religion and history out the window.
We throwing Western psychology's version of history out. So any basic level geneticist, any basic level biologist will tell you, not only do we have carbon in our DNA, in our skin, from billions of years old exploded stars, which they call stardust, what they failed to tell you is stardust is genetic material. So your DNA and the molecular structure of yourself is created outer space.
We made from the same stuff that stars are made of.
And so here's the question. Who are these people walking around that are not made of that stuff? And where did you come from? I feel like I've been being governed by strangers all my life. And until you tell me where you come from, you are a stranger.
What? That's crazy. But I believe in the Bible. I believe in Jesus Christ. I'm going to go ahead and put that disclaimer out there now. And I actually don't believe in space. I've never seen any proof of space. You can go ask Mom Dukes. I used to want to be an astronaut. Bad. I used to read so much about space, watch a lot of space movies. And I just came to realization that it's fake. It's not real. And that was my whole obsession with wanting to be an astronaut. I had to see it for myself. I want to see it with my own eyes. And after doing a lot of research, a lot of reading, just came up to me that it's fake, bro. It's not real. You can't find a real picture. And at this time, it's 2025, bro. It's 2025. We're pushing up on 100 years since they went to the moon. By now, knowing America, knowing people in general, there would be some hotels up there by now. It'd be a McDonald's on the moon by now. Dog, we would at least have live footage of someone going from Earth all the way to outer space and at least turning around and showing the full Earth and not just a semicircle piece of the Earth. If you believe in space, man, you kind of like, it's laughable at this point, bro. Like, we could tell you anything. If you believe we're standing on a ball, my guy, it's something wrong with you. It's something wrong with you, man. All your life, every time you ran in the water, the only time it stood still and found level was because it was in a container. Whether it be a cup of wine, a bowl of milk, dishwater in the dish sink, a tub of water, a pool, a lake. It always had a container, and that was the only way that it was able to find level. But for some reason, you let people tell you not to trust your common sense. And when you look at the ocean and you see that it's finding level, you think it's not in the container and it's wrapping around the ball. Bro, that is crazy. That's crazy. Like, stop letting your common sense be played with, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna end it on this note. We're gonna watch one more video, because I don't know if y'all seen this so-called astronauts returning back to Earth and the landing. Dog, this video looked like it came straight out GTA. This is not real. This is CGI cartoon, man, GTA HD 4K. I'm gonna show it and then you just tell me what you think.
And splashdown, Crew 9 back on Earth.
And SpaceX Freedom, splashdown. Good main release.
Copy, splashdown. We see main chutes cut. Nick, Alex, Butch, Sunny, on behalf of SpaceX,
parachutes.
Welcome home.
That water looks real. Be honest with yourself, man.
It is an amazing what a ride. I see a capsule full of grins ear to ear.
Holla be thy name, holla be thy name, holla be thy name, holla be thy name, react and get game. Holla be thy name, holla be thy name, holla be thy